MEFO-VARIO is the flexible workpiece holder system that optimally expands application options for your MEFO boxes if parts have to be positioned and may not be cleaned in bulk. The system is available for the Standard and Euro series and is in stock and ready to ship. MEFO-VARIO consists of the following components: pin inserts, prism inserts, loop inserts, compartment separators, lengthways and crossways, and base frame with tensioning rods. To use MEFO-VARIO, you also require a MEFO box and a suitable lid if rotating cleaning is carried out. The base frame is securely locked in the MEFO box with the aid of the locking bolts. The base frame is first fitted with a tensioning rod on the long side away from you. Slide the tensioning rod from the inside to the outside simultaneously with both thumbs over the spring tensioner until it engages. The compartment separators are now first inserted lengthways and then crossways into the base frame. The crossways compartment separators on the side away from you must be pushed in below the engaged tensioning rod. The compartment separators are secured by inserting and engaging the second tensioning rod on the opposite side of the base frame. As shown in the film, ensure correct insertion and fixing of the tensioning rods. MEFO-VARIO enables the filling of MEFO boxes with different components, either according to type or combined. Compartments are assembled according to geometry of the components. With flat components, single-layer configuration is suitable. If necessary, a base can be welded to the base frame for this purpose. In this case, there is no need for the locking bolts. If components need to be fixed along a certain height, two base frames are equipped with compartment separators for configuring the compartments. Compartment size is determined by the component geometry. For simple filling of the second base frame, we recommend laying this on the first base frame and configuring it identically. The configured base frames are first inserted into the face side of the MEFO box at the desired height with the rigid bolts. The slots in the bolts must here be inserted on a crosswise rod of the face side. The spring locking bolts are then released through the angular sheet and inserted into the opposite face side. Configuring the base frame with two layers also makes sense for tubular parts. The height of the MEFO box is determined according to the height of the components. The components are inserted and the MEFO box can then be closed with the adjustable lid to safeguard components during rotating cleaning operation. When configuring the base frame, the prism inserts are pushed in below the tensioning rod as compartment separators. Distances between the prism inserts are specified to suit the geometry of the parts. The asymmetrically arranged prisms, if rotated through 180 degrees, can be used as stops for the parts to prevent these from sliding around. The prism inserts are then secured by inserting the second tensioning rod. Loop inserts can also be rotated through 180 degrees to vary the distances between two loop inserts. This enables fine adjustment when fixing the components. The same applies with use of the pin inserts. The configured base frame is first inserted into the face side of the MEFO box at the desired height with the rigid bolts. We recommend initially removing the components here to facilitate handling. The slots in the bolts must be positioned on a crosswise rod of the face side. Then the spring locking bolts are released through the angular sheet and inserted into the opposite face side. After the base frame for the MEFO box is fixed, the components can be reloaded. The MEFO box can then be closed with the adjustable lid to safeguard components during rotating cleaning operation. To protect components, loop and prism inserts can be equipped with slotted Teflon tubes or Teflon sleeves. Cutting and application can be implemented on site. Alternatively, compartment separators and prism, loop and pin inserts can be coated. For multi-layer configuration when stacking components, polynet grating can be placed between the individual layers to protect the parts. We have combined all components shown as a test set except for the MEFO box and lid. Use the MEFO-VARIO test set to efficiently determine your specific requirements. All MEFO-VARIO components can of course also be ordered individually. MEFO-VARIO provides you with a wide diversity of options, responds flexibly to requirements, and enables prototypes, sample parts, pilot series and small production batches to be economically cleaned. With MEFO-VARIO, you can configure part-specific workpiece holders from standard components. These are in stock and ready to ship. MEFO-VARIO can also be flexibly used for various series parts with use of sufficient components for optimal equipping of cleaning cycles. When specifying workpiece holders, a balance must be achieved between high flexibility on the one hand and optimal design on the other. High flexibility as offered by MEFO-VARIO means low costs and rapid availability, but high equipping effort, lower throughput, and compromises with respect to fixing of parts. Optimal design as offered by our part-specific workpiece holders means optimal fixing of parts and optimal throughput, but less flexibility, higher costs, and longer delivery times. We would be pleased to advise you about the suitability of MEFO-VARIO for your applications and which MEFO-VARIO components you require.